Stardate 47634.44. Captain's log. We've gotten information from Starfleet to investigate a space anomaly not too far from where we're currently at. They haven't given me much information, but they don't seem to be enthused or very excited about this particular anomaly. It's probably why they're sending the Komodo and not something else like a flagship. Well, we'll scan it and see what we can find. God damn it, we're just as good of a crew as any other crew in Starfleet. So you guys get just sort of a system-wide update, right? Saying, this is what our next mission as a ship is. This is where we're heading. Here's why we're heading here. Starfleet has reported a small anomaly. And they need you to find more out about it. So, unless there's anything you want to do before you actually approach the anomaly, we could just skip right to that.
Can't think of anything.
I kept thinking of trying to think of some sort of downtime backstory that I could grow in the however many episodes we ever end up doing.
Right. Like you're stretching in 80s leotards or
like our Tai Chi.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking...
Oh my gosh, yes. Like me working out with the fat lip. Oh god.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
Just fighting those skull guys in the holodeck.
I was thinking I would maybe be, like, trying to make hybrid alien plants.
Oh, sure.
Just 'cause.
You're just in your little botany bay doing weird experiments on your plants.
Pretty much.
Nice.
I'm probably meditating a la, other Vulcans and their telepathic species. That's probably my ideal.
I feel like I'd be doing Billy Blank's Tybo, like, all day, every day.
You are specifically doing Billy Blank's Tybo.
Yeah, she's got a holographic Billy Blanks in the...
Ancient Earth magician warrior.
Yes.
I don't know.
She can't get the holodeck time to actually go on the holodeck and do Billy Blank's Tybo, but she has one of those little hollow projections of him in her quarters, and so she just runs it and Tybos at the tiny Billy Blank's hologram.
Like that thing Data had of Tasha Yar.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Exactly.
Yep, that's my thing. Yep.
Or Riker had two really beautiful women who were playing harps or something.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Surprise.
Yeah, I think Savia is meditating, but instead of focusing my mental energy to never have emotions like Vulcans do, I'm trying to I don't know, feel the ghost of technology or whatever, try to get to the bottom of why I can commune with technology.
Yep.
Creepy.
Cool. Okay.
I'm just working on getting forbidden treasure.
Do you have a score system for like a bingo card for the ship?
Oh man, no, that's crass.
Well, there's a lot of stuff you do and say is crass, my dear.
I'd keep a private journal. It's where I write down all my deep thoughts and stuff.
All right. Well, so Loxus is writing in her journal. Penny's doing Tybo in her quarters with little Billy Blanks yelling at her in a slightly high-pitched voice since he's so small. Posa Izael is in the botany bay splicing genes together like some sort of mad scientist.
Yup.
And Shakel is meditating, just quietly in a serene space, trying to get in touch with her tech sense.
I got like a big weird candle.
It's got like Space Jesus on it.
Yeah.
So that's your off time, and then your shift, you all work the standard day shift, right? Like 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. or God knows how early. And the captain not necessarily the captain, but you've noticed, you look at your schedule and you all notice that you've been slated to be on the bridge today.
Ooh.
It appears that you all have the sort of background or expertise or knowledge in areas that are required on the bridge as you're approaching this space anomaly.
Okay, so are we like heading to the bridge or are we already there?
I am there.
It's all right. You're there.
I'm very prompt.
I've been on the bridge.
You're already there.
No, I haven't. I was journaling, remember? Just being an asshole.
The captain's there. She's pacing back and forth. And she doesn't look nervous so much as she just looks annoyed. And there's an ensign sitting in... What's the thing that's not navigation? The thing next that Jordy sits in.
It's not navigation? Con?
Com? Like the thing that's next to Wesley Crusher. Wesley Crusher's always on navigation. Is it? Whatever that thing is. It's just seems to be like...
Ops, I think.
Yeah. Just like another station where you scan shit, right?
Yeah.
There's an ensign sitting there, and he says, Captain, we're approaching the anomaly now. It appears to be an aging black hole.
Uh-oh.
And the captain looks confused. She says to... Okay, so... Shakel and Penny, what are your areas in Starfleet that you do? Shakel, you are...
Engineering,
and Penny, you are...
Linguistics.
Okay. She points at Shakel and she points at you to take over on one of the stations. She said, would you scan that again, please?
sure thing.
That doesn't seem right. Starfleet has already charted this area of space ages ago when ships pass through here all the time. There's no way that an aging black hole could be here.
So am I gonna roll for this?
You don't need to roll because we're just gonna say you take your time to do it. Yeah. And the captain, well, the ensign's right. It does, but the captain's also right. It does appear to be an aging black hole that has been here for millennia, right? Black holes arise. I don't know if they ever disappear, but it's basically space old. It's that old.
It's old.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's really perplexed. She's like, I don't think this makes any sense. I need a small team to get... She's not laughing, I am.
4, maybe?
I need a small team
Of 4 women, maybe.
to get in a shuttlecraft and get closer to this anomaly and scan it in more detail.
Luckily, there's 4 people stationed on the bridge right now.
And they can scan the shit out of some shit.
Mm-hmm.
She says, well, I'll relay this information back to Starfleet, but I think, honestly, this is something else. It can't possibly be a black hole. So I want you, and you. She points at the 4 of you. Go check this thing out, would you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Does Takov prefer to be called ma'am or sir?
She doesn't care, honestly.
Okay.
She's a Vulcan.
Yes, Captain, my
She's
captain.
a Vulcan.
So are we shuttling over to it, or is that the plan?
I mean, that's what the captain's ordered you to do.
Okay, so that is what she ordered us to do. All right. Is one of us a pilot?
That's a good question. I mean, you
Sure.
all have you all have basic piloting
Yeah, I
skills.
mean, I
from
guess
your time in
O'Brien
Starfleet.
pilots the runabouts and stuff all the time,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
You're
I
lieutenants.
could do it.
You're lieutenants. You know
But
how
you're
to...
blind, motherfucker.
Oh, maybe someone else should do it.
I'll fly.
Well, I watched a lot of this 90s movie called Top Gun, and I really feel like I can do it.
Maybe we should let Lox do it. She's the commander.
I guess.
Who has the highest... Let me look at the approaches. If we want to get technical,
Maybe quick or clever?
I would say...
Whatever the take your time and do it right is.
Careful.
No?
Be careful in mine's 0.
Not
plus 3,
clever.
so-
Did we just hear you say Top Gun, or...
I did say...
I would say... Pilots need to be quick, right? So I would
That's
say
what I'm
quick.
thinking.
You think Tom Paris, right? He's the quickest, best pilot in
I
Starfleet.
feel like all of the highest click we have is 2. And I'm there with some other of us.
Me. I'm also...
Yeah, I think
Alright,
we all
well,
have 2
then-
for quick.
I guess...
We're
I
all
guess-
2 with quick.
Do you guys want to do a rock, paper, scissors? Be
Well, it
honest.
sounded like Loxus was fine doing it.
I might actually change, because when I remember I was listening to the last episode when we did the setup, I might actually change, swap quick and sneaky, so I'd be +1 in quick and +2 in sneaky.
Get your sneak on, girl.
Let's address that after this, because there is a time when you can change stuff, but if you want to switch that, it really has no bearing on the current situation.
No,
I
yeah,
think Loxus
that's why
has
matter.
already volunteered, so...
Yep. She's flying.
She is theoretically in command, so if she wants to do that, she should be able to do that.
I want to fly.
Let the girl fly.
I want to fly. Let me do it.
You guys go in the shuttle bay?
Yes. We're just fucking yammering to each other. as
I'm
we
in the
walk.
driver's seat.
Just talking
Wait.
shit.
Yeah, this is like as we're walking there, and then we got there, and then we were like kind of arguing in front of the shuttle, and then
You were
we
like-
in the shuttle.
And not arguing
Posa was
anymore.
like, what if I started doing some different training in the holodeck? All right. So you're in the shuttlecraft.
Do you think
20
so? Lox is the pilot. Am I sitting like up front with her, and then those two in the back?
I keep thinking of a Battlestar shuttle. There's not like an extra little science station. Well, I guess technically there is. Depends on what we're
Is
flying.
this like this is probably just a regular shuttle, and not like a runabout.
Well,
in.
this
Yeah, we're
is-
probably just sitting.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bunk. Is it a bunk bed?
I don't know. You tell me. It's your ship.
It's 4 people in a ship. What's the one that's bigger than a bunk bed?
The Previa.
The Previa,
The
yeah.
like just regular shuttle.
Yes. Yep. So you got, you got plenty of science stations, you got plenty of seating, you got plenty of bunks for the 4 of you.
Right. Transporter in the back.
Yep.
Whole deal.
Yep.
Transporter in the back.
So, the captain wanted you to do a bunch of scanning, so she wasn't going to send you out in the shitty runabout, right?
Bunk bed wouldn't make sense
Okay.
for this.
Yeah. So you guys, chief operator, what are the people who run the shuttlecraft bays?
I don't
geez.
know.
Do they
I,
have,
guess, I
haven't
think we
gotten
have
those
to improv a new name. 'Cause
Yeah.
It wouldn't be Transporter Chief McKinley.
no, it'd be Lieutenant,
Probably Lieutenant, yeah.
Lieutenant. There's so many names in the world.
This is my favorite part of the podcast, you guys.
Lieutenant Marriott.
Nice. I was wondering where this is going to go.
Oh, she does not disappoint.
Lieutenant Marriott is well-traveled, has been to many places in her life.
She loves to travel.
What's her first name?
Oh.
So is that 2 words, Lieutenant Mary Ott, or is Marriott the last name?
Mary Ott.
It's Marriott. Yes,
Oh, I
Lieutenant
love it.
Mary Ott.
Even better.
Wow.
She loves to travel, so it's Lieutenant Ott, married to her friend.
Nice.
Miss Mary if you nasty.
Which shuttle bay are we in?
We'll say 1, because that's probably where the nice shuttles are.
Are we big enough to have more than one?
It's a Komodo. I don't know how many shuttle bays an Excelsior class is. Like, Excelsior is not a small ship. Maybe 2 shuttle bays, probably.
No.
So she, beep boops on her little thing, and the shuttle bay hangar door comes open. You guys are sitting in your shuttlecraft. You can lift off and go out into space. She gives you a wave.
I would just like to suggest that for Shuttle Bay 2, we have Lieutenant Sheridan.
Yes.
I really feel like that should be our
Or
second.
hi at.
Yeah.
I like high at because it goes with Mary Ott.
Yeah. Ought and at.
Yeah.
Oh, they're cousins or something.
Yeah.
Especially if it's spelled the same, like an ATT
Yeah, I would
OTT,
say-
and it's just pronounced differently.
It's just pronounced
Yeah.
differently. So Mary
Oh, I like
Ott, it's actually ATT, but it's a long A, an Ott. And then in Shuttle Bay 2 is Lieutenant High At, and it's spelt the same way, but she pronounces her last name with the short A, At.
Ants.
Adding this to the pin board. Here we go.
Yeah, thank you. This is the world building that our fans have grown to love.
They tune in for.
Yeah.
Stellar world building.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they're actually cousins. They're from 2 different branches of the At family. At one point, one branch, branched off and started pronouncing their last name Ott, and the other branch, kept the traditional pronunciation of At. So there you go.
There you go. And they hate each other.
Yeah, I mean,
But they're still having sex.
they're probably like 12th cousins, so yeah, they could have as much sex as they want.
I mean, if they were first cousins, they still could. I mean,
Well,
they
yeah.
can.
I mean, brothers and sisters can, Heather.
Right. I mean, it's possible.
Anyway, we're flying through space.
Did you see that dancing, the ice dancing, the Shib Sibs
Oh yeah, the 2 siblings.
that are ice dancing champions?
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
it's real weird.
Sound weird.
I would not want my brother touching that much of my body.
Are we talking like Blades of Glory, or are we talking like real life?
Real life.
It's real life.
They won a bronze. Actually, they won 2 bronzes.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, good on you.
So, you're flying in space. Anyone wanna, give us some of that classic Mammary Alpha and, do a scan?
I'm scanning like a motherfucker up here.
I ain't scanning shit. That's why I'm
Should I
broke.
roll for that? Or
Yeah, I am actually gonna make you roll. Let me set a difficulty. I have to go back to my scale here.
Loxus is leaned back in her chair with her feet up.
That will be a, excuse me, that will be a careful roll. And hold on, I haven't set a thing in my mind, so before you tell me,
Alright, well,
because
let's
that will
see.
influence
I have rolled,
my...
but you tell me.
Okay, what did you get?
3.
Oh, good, okay. So, now that you're closer to it, you're getting a lot of conflicting data. From further away, it definitely read as an older wormhole, but you're getting some conflicting readings that suggest that this wormhole is actually also fairly new.
I'd like to make a really specific scan.
Sure.
Can I scan for chronoton particles?
Yeah, you totally can. Yep.
I'm scanning right now. Ooh, I got a... Ooh, I did worse. I got a 1.
Okay. So, let's see, that would be creating or creating an advantage on an aspect you already know about. Well, or that you're trying to find here. Let me see. Discovering an aspect. So you failed. So you didn't really discover anything other than what you already knew.
I still strongly suspect chronoton particles are part of this.
You don't believe one, I mean, you still have a hunch, but your scan did not bolster your hunch. So, So yeah, so that's what you know.
Okay, is it possible that my awareness ability would come into this? Instead of a stunt, we got 2 of these abilities at the beginning. Do you remember?
You had, as specifically as a telepath, right?
Yeah, as a telepath.
Yeah. What were your 2 abilities?
Awareness is one. Talent affects the physical senses as well as more esoteric.
Okay.
ESP, life sense, aura reading, psychometry.
It's like, okay.
And then telekinesis, but that doesn't apply here.
Okay. So that, you can try it. You know that that's more like ghost ship sort of stuff. Like if you're in a haunted house and you're looking for, psychic or disturbances or
just to
something
really
like
tell
that.
where the actors are hiding in the
Yes.
house.
But you could give it a shot.
Do I roll for it again?
Yeah, give me a roll.
And are we going to do careful on this one, or are we doing something else?
We decided that I would say careful, because when we decided that when you went into a room and instantly wanted to know something about it, it would be clever. But in this situation, since I think you're taking your time,
taking our time.
Go ahead and do careful. Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, 2.
Okay, you do actually read some mental signatures, and you instantly get uncomfortable because the mental signatures that you're reading, yours is in there.
Oh fuck. Chronoton particles. I'm 100% sure it's chronoton particles.
And the longer you quote unquote listen, the more signatures you get that resemble the 3 women in the shuttlecraft with you.
I think I would tell my buddies about this, yeah?
Sure.
Dude.
What do you say to them?
You guys, I think this is some kind of temporal bullshit. I'm sensing all of us.
Temporal bullshit. Awesome.
I use that phrasing. Exactly.
Should I slow down?
I don't know. Fuck.
It's funny, as you say that, you feel the pull on the shuttlecraft from the black hole intensifies, immediately.
Oh, shit.
I need you to give me a quick roll.
All of us or Heather?
Heather, since she's the pilot.
2.
Okay, nope.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, I gotta chew this gummy cherry.
Yeah, Susie, what are you freaking eating while we're trying to podcast here? This is podcast death.
Alright, I've gotten it chewed. Leaf got me a anniversary bouquet made out of gummy worms and gummy cherries.
Oh my god, that's the best bouquet ever.
So much better than flowers.
Yep.
I
mean, there were roses, but they were mixed in with gummy candy.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Can you eat the roses, though?
No.
Oh.
I mean, technically, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, just like siblings can have sex. Absolutely, technically can. It's just maybe not a good idea.
Same idea.
So Dee Dee had left for a moment to go to the bathroom. I filled her in on the temporal bullshit. So if she has a reaction, I don't know if she'd like to share it right now.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, as Loxus is struggling to regain control of the ship and failing, do you have any sort of thought or reaction you would like to do?
We're fully conscious of what's happening. We're not just like blue.
Shakel is. You have no
Shakel
idea.
is?
Yeah. She's doing her.
I
She's
told
doing
them
her.
about the temporal bullshit, but
Right, you're aware, but she's the one who's feeling it. Nobody else is feeling it in your head or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the pull?
No, I'm sorry. So let me be clear.
Sorry.
No. Shakel's the only one who is feeling the mental signatures, your mental signatures in the black hole. She told you about it, and then Loxus said, "Should I get closer?" And at that moment, that's when the black hole really started to pull you in. So
Okay, so it's physically pulling us in, but she's
Yes.
the one feeling the mental pull.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
well, first of all, do we all know that we're being pulled in, or does only Heather
Yes.
at this point? Okay.
Well, you feel.
I would tell everybody. I mean, I'd
What
be
would
like,
you
oh shit.
say?
Oh yeah.
What would you say?
I
Tell
would say,
us.
I mean, if my feet were up and I was cruising and all of a sudden I probably would be like, oh shit, and about fall over, get my feet off.
Right, and that's when you did your roll because you put your feet down, you put your hands on the controls,
And I fucked
I'm
it up.
assuming at the time you're saying like, oh fuck.
Yeah, goddamn.
Look.
We're going in. Ladies, we're going in.
Yep.
So,
No.
so now that I know we're getting pulled in and that it corresponded with us literally saying those words out loud, do I have any kind of mental sense of the black hole itself?
No, in the sense that, I mean, the black hole's not giving any specific signatures, but as it's sucking you into its,
Black holeness.
Grips.
yeah, I was looking for some poetic language, and boy, it sure failed me. It's inky maw. Let me paint you a word picture with my great words.
This is my favorite part.
This is what I live for.
You
Look,
had
if
me at
you
Inky
wanted-
Ma.
If you wanted me to recite you sections of the trademark manual of examining procedure, it'd be a different story. But,
Wouldn't it?
You don't know my king?
so, no, you're not really getting anything from the black hole as a thing,
Okay.
but the mental signatures are intensifying as you're drawn in toward the black hole more.
Okay, shit.
Could I call the captain? I mean, I feel like this is one of those things that we should be like, hey, captain.
So this is a thing.
Boodly boop. Captain.
Yes, Lieutenant.
Captain, my captain.
It appears that the shuttle has increased in velocity significantly toward the black hole. Do you think that's a good idea?
Yeah, no, that's not me. It's just sucking us in.
Oh. And then you hear her say, just get that tractor beam on that shuttle and get them back into the shuttle bay as soon as possible. And you actually see, sort of around the periphery of the windows on your shuttlecraft, the tractor beam try to lock onto you, but it's not enough. It's, yeah, I'm sorry, I was really distracted. Someone's playing Minecraft in the living room and it confused me for a moment.
Oh.
You guys,
Minecraft is very confusing.
I was like, that's such soothing
Amen.
music. That's not at all appropriate for the situation.
I used to feel smart, and then I tried to play Minecraft.
And then you felt old?
And then I was like, I got it on my phone. I paid for it, for Christ's sakes. And then I was like, I'm confused. I don't want this anymore.
Yeah.
That's how I feel when I use Snapchat.
Oh, I got rid of that too. I don't understand it. Fuck that shit. Plus the facial recognition. Not into it.
Also,
Yeah.
Snapchat had a lot of weird, like, racist overlays that they thought
Yes,
were
it did.
hilarious. I
Yep.
was like, nah, not into it,
Hilarious
Snapchat.
racism.
So,
Anyway.
you guys are essentially
We're old.
technically, well, you're old, and you're using a technical term in Starfleet. It appears you're boned.
So fucking boned.
Oh, goddamn.
And before you can do anything
Can we
else,
reverse thrusters? Did we try?
you maybe like Loxus is pounding on the panel and you're like pounding on, you're doing that like thing where you're like, you see an NCIS where two people are trying to use the same keyboard at one time.
We're just smashing on
It
it.
works. Yeah.
I didn't think you were doing it right, so I like tried to reverse thrusters too, but like neither of us were having any effects.
I'm just in the back like, boop, 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 ah!
You're just still scanning. That's what you would be doing, Posa.
I feel like she'd be like the Swedish chef back there.
A little bit.
And then it goes dark.
Ah, fuck.
And it
I
goes
don't like the
quiet.
dark.
And we wake
goes-
up in a casino in the 1940s.
Oh my god, this
No.
is great.
I'm sorry.
But Loxus,
Yes.
it's completely dark around you. There's no sound. There's nothing. There is a very disorienting feeling. It feels like every emotion, every thought, every feeling, every sensation you've ever had in your entire life, you're feeling them all right now. All at once.
Ugh. That's too much.
And then as quickly as it started, or was it quick? I don't know. It also felt like a century long. It stops. And you open your eyes. And you're back in the house of Agug. And your uncle Well, pick a family member who you'd want to be on the council, I guess. I don't want to make that decision for you.
Oh, it's my auntie.
Your aunt. She was on the council. She representing... Okay.
TT Agug.
She's lecturing you. She says to you, she's speaking in Klingon. There's a bunch of spittle coming out of her mouth. She's very angry. She says to you, a Klingon without honor is no Klingon at all. And you are turning your back on your family with your actions. What do you have to say for yourself?
No, Auntie, no. I get a little, oh God, it's too much.
So you're just sort of overwhelmed and maybe a little weepy, or?
Yeah, I'm like, no, Auntie, no. Like, it's, because I don't really want to have to face her, so.
Right.
In that situation, I'd probably just actually crumble, not be a bitch.
Do you have any idea what you've done to the honor of this house? Explain yourself.
I would just hang my head. There's no explaining it.
Did you think your actions were justified? Tell me why you thought you could have done that thing. What is that thing that you did, Loxus?
Yeah, what did you do?
What did I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember in the character defining episode, one of your character definitions, I don't know if you listened to it yet, was that you had a family member on the council and you kind of disgraced your house in some way.
They turned their back on you.
Right. I mean, pretty much because I wasn't really Klingon enough. I just left. I joined Starfleet. I didn't follow any of my family shit.
Before you joined Starfleet, I'm sure there was a series of things that Loxus did that infuriated her family.
It was fornicating with other species. Let's be honest.
You're not remaining Klingon by like fucking all these Andorians.
Right? They were disgusted. They were so pissed off. And I'm like, love everybody. Come on. Why do we have to limit ourselves? Free
Fuck
love.
the world, literally.
Yeah. And I wasn't about like xenophobia. All right?
Yeah.
She looks you in the eye and she says, you know the Klingons are the strongest race in the galaxy.
I mean,
you actively choose to try to weaken us.
you weaken yourselves.
Explain yourself.
You close yourself off to the outside world. You think you're better than everyone else. You have nothing to learn from other species, from other ways of life. You just think you're superior. You're supremacist, and I'm not into that.
We are superior. We're superior to our gods even. Do I have to remind you that our gods were even too inferior for us? That we killed our gods?
Well, I mean, that's for you. And I'm not going to tell you not to live the way you want, but I got to do me.
She huffs. She says, the House of Agug will not forget the way you live your life. And she spins around and she storms out.
I yell after her, I hope they don't.
And it goes black again for you. Posa.
Oh boy.
End scene.
Again, it's the same feeling. Inky blackiness. That's how blacky it is. All those feelings rushing over you. Happiness, sadness, fear, joy, hunger, sexiness.
all the staple emotions.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're in the field with your father. And your mother's over there near the house, back, further away from the field. Mm-hmm. And your father's talking to you, you're farming. He looks at you and he says, how old would you be, Posa?
How old?
Yeah.
I thought I was probably mid-20s.
Okay.
25, 26.
He looks at you and he says, you know, farming's important, daughter. But I've been thinking, some things are even more important, like protecting the ones you love, and protecting your society, and making sure that everyone is safe. I haven't told your mother this, but I'm thinking of joining the resistance.
I commend that. I think you know that I do. I think that's amazing. I mean, I've learned so much farming with you and I want to keep doing it, but there's so much more important things to do out there. I mean, Mom knows how to farm. She can just stay here and she can do all this and she can, feed the resistance and you go to the resistance. Maybe I can go to the resistance too. I mean, I'm old enough. I can shoot a gun.
I was going to ask you. I think it would kill your mother. You know how she feels about Starfleet. You know how she feels about the resistance. You know how she feels about, well...
You know how I feel about her, so...
I didn't tell you this to get you to join me. But I wouldn't stand in your way. So long as we can assure that your mother won't get caught up in the middle of this and is safe.
I know how to defend myself, and I know how to defend our home. So maybe I should just stay here. And if we find out that it's not so hard if I left, maybe after you leave, then I can follow you. But I should probably stay here.
He smiles a little sadly and he reaches out to pat you, and his hand hits your shoulder. The field changes. The field it's razed to the ground. The crops are gone. It's clear that fighting had taken its toll on the land. You and your mother are at your house and you're arguing. She says, if you hadn't encouraged your father, he wouldn't have joined the resistance and he would still be alive.
Whether he joined the resistance or not, he would still have to fight here at home. So it's possible that he wouldn't have survived. We're lucky that we survived. And I kept you alive. And I did my best to keep this farm alive. Now it's nothing. We have to build it back up again, and I don't know how long it's going to take. The Earth is completely ruined.
If your father hadn't joined the resistance, they would not have targeted us, and you know that. I know that. You know that. And she's just yelling. She's screaming at you. And, I mean, at a certain point, she's no longer yelling coherent things at you. She's just mad.
Yeah. Well, I think that I already have, like, a bug out bag.
Okay.
And I go and I grab that and I say, it's either going to be fixed or not, but whether I'm here, it doesn't matter. You can do it or you can not do it. I'm leaving. I'm going. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm doing what Dad wanted me to do. And you'll be fine. Deuces.
Heartless. Heartless and cool.
So you bug out, and she's yelling. She's standing in the doorway and she's yelling at you as you leave.
I picture myself as I'm walking out. I reach into my pocket. I reach up and I pull my earring off because all Bajorans have those fucking earrings,
Yep.
whether they're religious or not. They have to. And I throw my earring kind of backwards. It maybe makes it into the house, maybe not. And I reach into my pocket and I put my dad's earring on.
Ooh. Sorry, was that bad timing?
Slow clap. Slow clap.
And it goes black again for you. Shakel,
Shit.
you're standing with your family. You know, you're as Enar, you all live in an underground bunker in the northern wastes. You have reestablished, you've long since reestablished communication with the... What's the name of the main race?
Andorians.
Andorians, thank you. But you still have your own sort of... you really don't have a leader, right? You just, when you need a leader, you appoint one as a society. There's like a few thousand of you. It's not like there's a ton of you.
Right.
But the Enar typically abhor violence, so you're quite peaceful. So you tend to work stuff out without getting in arguments. So the need for a government is really unnecessary. And, as a people, you've chosen to stay out away from everything else, even the other part of your species. And your family is there, and I guess you're telepathically speaking, probably, right? I guess you could talk with your mouths too, but when you're amongst each other, I'm sure you all speak telepathically.
Right.
Like betazoids do, right?
Right.
And do you have what does your family unit look like?
I think I have a mom. I think my dad probably died in some kind of a ice worm situation.
Sure.
There's just a lot of ice worms around here. And maybe I have a little brother.
Okay. So your brother is tugging on your sleeve, and he's got tears in his eyes, and he's got these, he's blind, but he's got these big round wide eyes that are even rounder than normal. You can't really see them, but you can telepathically see them, right? So his eyes are really big, and he's looking at you. Of course, you can't see you too well. He's mostly blind, but he's tugging on you, and what his eyes can't see is fleshed out by his mind, and he's tugging on your sleeve, and he's got tears in his eyes, and he says, "No, sister, you can't leave." And your mother is sort of not disappointed, but also sad. And she says to you, "Honey, I support you 100% in everything that you choose to do. You're so brilliant. But do you think that joining Starfleet's the right decision? They're so violent."
They're not, Mom. They're not. They fight only to protect themselves and others. It's a dangerous world out there, and we can't just pretend it doesn't exist.
If your father were here, he would not be happy. But you're your own woman now, and there's nothing we can really do to stop you. Look at your little brother. Do you want to leave him without a big sister?
I do not look at him. I do not look at him at all.
And he tugs on your sleeve even harder, and he's like, "Big sister, you know so much. You could teach me so much. I really enjoy."
We would not have speech impediments for fucking telepathic.
No, he's little. He's got little.
It's the little kid speech impediment.
He's got little kid brain, so it sounds like a little kid's voice, right?
I guess. I think they're trying to say it right.
Little kids' brains aren't so fully formed, right? They got a lot of growing to do.
Right. There's probably a telepathic equivalent of the speech impediments that little kids have.
Sort of baby talk, yeah.
Yeah.
Big sister, remember when you taught me how to accommodate for the magnetic variance and the particle replicator? That was so interesting. I want you to stay and teach me more about technology. You are easily probably the smartest person in the compound about repairing tech that's going bad or help creating new tech, things like that.
So I don't look at him. I don't have to see him, to be honest.
Right.
But I don't turn around. I don't look at him. But I do say that brother, I hope you keep learning, but I have to go. And then I literally don't let them say anything else. I leave.
And your mother calls after you. "I'll send you those cakes you like."
Do not do that, Mom.
I know you like those, Romulan radish cakes.
I can definitely replicate them on the Starfleet base, Mom, please.
They'll never be as good as your mother's.
Damn!
bullshit.
I am so far away. I do not hear that part of it at all.
You're closing your heart off to your mother.
Yeah. I turn off whatever telepathic receptors I got. I do not hear it.
Penny, so that goes blank, it goes dark again. And all of those emotions and everything, just there's a complete void now. Penny? Mm-hmm. You open your eyes. So, which of your parents was the Vulcan and which one was the human?
I thought I was full Vulcan.
Were you?
I think I was a half.
For some reason I have that you're half Vulcan. I don't know why I wrote that, never mind. You're full Vulcan.
Yeah. Mom and Dad are both Vulcan.
Our chief engineer is half Vulcan, but...
Oh, that's true. Yep.
Maybe that's what it was. Okay, that's why I got confused. Okay. So, at what age do you think you realized you wanted to start embracing?
I would say around 20, because I went abroad to study. College-ish, whatever.
You didn't go to the Vulcan, I mean, you got done with the kind of the standard Vulcan Academy bullshit.
But didn't go to the Science Academy,
No, I went into linguistics, and in studying the other cultures to learn about their languages and things like that, I realized that, there's like way cool shit out there.
I want to go.
So did you start maybe your career at Starfleet and that's what introduced you? Okay. So you're back home during a break. Starfleet gives you breaks so you can go home and chill with family.
Yeah, Vulcans are really big into chilling.
Big into chilling.
Real big.
Lots of meditation.
Yeah.
And your parents notice that your behavior is a little unfettered. Mm-hmm. And they've called you in one night after dinner to discuss the situation. Mm-hmm. And they're staring at you with those, I mean, let's be honest, incredibly judgmental Vulcan eyes. They think they're so cool. They're the judgiest jerks in the world.
Yeah.
Your father says to you, "Daughter, I've noticed that you have started to display some human characteristics, to put it mildly."
That is an apt observation, Father.
It's an astute observation.
Astute observation.
Linguistically burned.
Burn. Linguistics burn. See, I've already started to go downhill.
Did you actually say that to them? Are you being sassy like that to them?
Yeah, I would say yes.
So you're really letting it loose, and your father, does that thing where he lifts one eyebrow.
Mm-hmm. The perfectly groomed, arched eyebrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your mother walks, steps up to his side, and she says, "Daughter, I think that you should take the next semester off from Starfleet and stay home to continue your studies on maintaining your emotions."
Well, that's not going to be a thing that happens, because I, in my studies, have been able to go out and see so much more of the galaxy than you ever have or ever even will. And there's so much to learn out there. I'm not done. There's so much to learn out there that you guys will never even know about. And my mind is so open that I can't be confined back into this small-mindedness that you have here.
Are your parents, have they never really left home? Are they just sort of like, we live on Vulcan, and that's like, we don't go anywhere or do anything. We just sit and meditate at the temple and like blah, blah.
Yeah, they're just plain Vulcan folk.
Okay.
Vulcan.
Your mother, sort of, you can tell she's a bit miffed, but she's doing it the best to keep it on the DL. She says, "Well, we do not approve of the way that you're speaking to us. Or that the way that you're acting."
Mm-hmm. Careful, Mom. You almost showed an emotion there.
You do know what happens when Vulcans do not contain their emotions, correct? You do understand why we practice the way we do.
Yes, and I don't think that it's right. I think that there are ways that you can balance logic and emotion without going off the rails.
Your father says, "You will have no one to blame but yourself, daughter. when you snap.
Absolutely. And that's a mistake that I need to make for myself.
How many lives will you take?
7.
I feel bad because I turned my mic down because Nathan's moving around, and so you didn't hear how hard I laughed at that.
After 7, I'll come back and I'll try it your way, whatever. 7 is the number I've set for myself.
It will take 7 deaths for you to come back and continue the practice of controlling your emotions with logic. Did I understand you correctly?
If I get to 7, yes, I will be back. I don't foresee that happening. Thank you. Good night, Wisconsin!
Your father shakes his head sadly and he says, if this is the path you choose to walk, then we can no longer have you return home. It will be too much of a distraction. But daughter, when you realize the error of your ways, you realize that you need our guidance, you may return at that time.
If I get to that point, then I will see you after 7.
So Penny, your mom goes back behind the doorway. You're standing in sort of the little quote-unquote living room area full of uncomfortable Vulcan furniture.
Right.
And she goes behind the doorway and she comes back and she has your Starfleet duffel bag, essentially. And it's all packed. And she says to you, she says, well, we were hoping that we weren't correct, but we anticipated this to be your response. So we booked you a return ticket to Earth to return to the Academy tonight. We would appreciate if you left the house now.
Well, that was very efficient of you, so thank you so much. I will be back with all of my tales after I've killed 7 people. But until then, have a great life. And also get a comfy couch.
Fuck
Maybe
you
beanbag.
and fuck your couch.
Yep, lay it down.
Fuck your couch!
Do you, like, flip a table at all?
I don't think I need to. I think that's probably... Because I think flipping a table would really prove to my father that I'm an angry person who's going to kill 7 people.
Right. You did a verbal table flip.
No anger. No anger.
Don't give him that satisfaction.
Right. I'm just going to leave.
All right.
I'm going to live long and prosper and then flip him off.
Yeah.
Oh, he does actually say that to you. And as he stops, he says, daughter. Mm-hmm. He holds up his hand and he says, he sighs, live long and prosper.
Wow.
And I say I absolutely will. Hopefully you do too.
He's already like 200 years old, so he's cool.
He's cool. He's like, I'm good. I'm good.
He's lived long.
I'm on like Vulcan Rumspringer, bitches.
And then everything goes black.
Yeah.
And then all of you simultaneously have that feeling again of everything you've ever learned, ever felt, ever touched, ever tasted, ever smelled. I guess what are all the senses?
Seen, heard, tasted,
Yeah.
smelled, touched, felt.
All at once. And then nothing. And then you're all back on the shuttlecraft. And you're in space, floating in your shuttlecraft.
Ouch.
Hey.
Oh, what the fuck?
I think the very first thing I do when I come to is scan.
You're just like,
I don't even think about it for a moment. It's just like my thing.
Give me another careful roll.
3.
That's not enough, but do you have a fate point? And you can use a fate point to add +2 if you can justify using a approach, one of your approaches.
Well, I mean, in addition to my roll or whatever, my actual scan, I can use my awareness, yeah? My psychic ability, can that add +2 to me?
So I guess you're trying to create, well, No, okay, so you're going to use a stunt? Yeah, you're going to use basically your awareness to add +2.
Yeah, as a stunt.
Yeah, and I guess that would be clever, right? Because, for your awareness, we decided it would be, I guess.
Think we decided on clever, but...
Yeah. We kind of muxed that earlier, because stunts can really only be one, otherwise it's broken if you could choose one more than one. So we'll just do your clever. So what's your clever score?
Oh, so that makes...
No, it doesn't matter. You don't add your clever score, you just do +2. I'm sorry.
Okay, so +2 to my original roll, if I'm rolling for clever, gets me 5.
Okay. So you do your scan again, now sort of using your earlier scan and also the thing that just happened to you.
Right.
And now you rescan for chronoton particles and the black hole itself, and you realize that the black hole is gone. But what's left is a wake of chronoton particles. And they're quickly spreading out into space, as if sort of like, something like when you drop a rock into the water, it makes a splash up, the splash goes up at first, and then it sucks back down into the water. It kind of makes that pucker. That's what it feels like, or that's what it looks like, like this sort of puckered, kind of butthole, right?
I was so hoping you were going to say that, because if not, I was going to say
and
it.
then not follow it with butthole.
Once I said puckered, I knew I had to use that. I needed to use the butthole. And these chronoton particles are spreading out away from the butthole as if sort of a force had pushed them, as if when the black hole, from what you can tell, ceased to exist for whatever reason, it created sort of a shockwave that's sending the chronoton particles out away from where it used to be. So what do you know? What do you know about this black hole?
Well, we know it was an aging black hole in a place where we were unaware a black hole existed previously, where we knew it didn't exist previously. Then we maybe entered it, and then we maybe had weird flashbacks, and then we now are on the other side of it, and it's got chronoton particles all up ends. So we definitely went through a temporal anomaly.
Where's the Komodo? Did we scan for the Komodo? Is it there?
We should definitely scan for the Komodo.
And you don't need to roll. You can just take your time. Quote unquote, take your time. Take like the 30 seconds to do this. The Komodo's there, actually. And you notice as you're scanning for the Komodo, the incoming hailing icon is like bleeping on your panel, like out of control. You're getting an incoming message.
Oh, well,
Press the button for it.
Make that happen.
Lieutenants,
yes?
Are you there? It's Captain Katav.
We're here.
Takov.
Yes.
We're here,
Hello.
Captain.
Hi.
Are you all there? Are you all safe?
Yes, ma'am.
I think so.
Looks like.
Physically, yes.
I glanced just to make sure I'm not the only safe one.
You're all there. All of your arms and legs are where they're supposed to be. Nobody swapped heads or butts or anything weird.
Put my hands on someone's butt.
I was gonna say, I just grabbed my own ass and like my boobs and like, I think those are the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you didn't swap. We spent a lot of time on the character creation episode talking about, your tits,
Yeah.
so...
Everyone's tits are accounted for.
Mine are still very small, thank you.
My alpha mammaries are in place.
Well, we lost transmission and contact with your shuttle for a good 5 minutes. You were pulled into that black hole, and, well, what we think was a black hole, and then you suddenly came back.
Captain, we're no longer reading the black hole. Do you have this? Can you confirm?
Yeah, we're not reading it either here, Lieutenant. It's gone. Do you have any other information that your closer sensors has revealed?
All I'm sensing is some chronoton particles, a wake of chronoton particles as we experienced something passing through the anomaly.
Interesting. Well, I would like the 4 of you to return to the ship as soon as possible and have full medical exams done on you to make sure that everything is all right.
Aye, aye, Captain.
We might maybe need to talk to like the counselor too. I mean, can't speak for everybody, but maybe.
People usually don't go into black holes and come back out.
Oh, well, I guess we did, technically.
Mm-hmm.
So, she says, all right, Captain out. Return to the ship. Captain out.
Let's go!
Set a course, Lox.
Let's get back to, Lieutenant, Mary Ott.
Yeah, we need to get back to Mary Ott and
Yeah.
our ship in the shuttle bay there.
All right, so, whoa, there's a beverage called the Black Hole on Memory Alpha. Make some of those next time we get together.
They do order the black hole on DS9 a lot.
Oh, it's a Ferengi drink.
Yeah, Kira orders it.
Yeah, it's something Dax drinks for breakfast.
Of course she does.
So yeah, so you get back to the ship. Do you report to the med bay?
Obviously.
I do.
Dr. Celia Mackenzie, our Scottish female doctor. I go straight to her.
Hey!
Hey!
That's not what they sound like.
Hey!
Nope,
I'm
that's
Scottish.
Swansea. That's Swansea.
Great.
I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I can't do accents.
No.
Why exactly did you give two of our bridge crew or our main crew accents then?
You do the best accent, Susie.
I thought I would try, and then I realized I'm not good at it.
Keep going, man. We love
But
it.
it's so good, though.
Yeah.
So Celia Mackenzie, she's doing a workup on you, and she says, "Ach, lassies."
Yes. Do it.
Do it.
You got this.
There's nobody who's gone through a black hole and come back.
Didn't light that candle.
Ghost rapist.
Are we okay, Doc?
McDoctor.
You seem just fine to me. I did a little research.
Diddle.
When I heard you went through a black hole, and I'm kind of a little Irish now instead of Scottish.
Yeah.
Big difference, baby girl.
And, seems there's only one person who's gone through a black hole and come back.
Who dat?
Was Captain Admiral Spock.
Captain Admiral Spock?
Captain Admiral Spock.
I did a little research. It appears that, in, 2387, he went through a black hole, created a tunnel through space-time.
He did.
Could this be what we've encountered?
Did we just make, like, an alternate timeline again? Like another one that doesn't already exist?
Anything's possible.
Oh, God.
What? When she looks at you, actually with wide eyes, and she says, what if you're from a different timeline? And she starts scanning again.
You can take our vitals, but you can never take our freedom.
Can you compare our, whatever, biosignatures to the ones that transported the last transporter log?
Well, you all appear to be exactly the same, except for this massive chronoton particles in all of your brains.
I start just just scratching and like brushing and just like, God, what the fuck? I understand what it is, but I'm also freaked the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would suggest looking at your records to make sure everything matches up. But from a medical perspective, you seem to be just fine. I recommend talking to the captain.
Okay.
And actually, as she says that, the captain walks in. She's like, what's the prognosis?
Does she think we're gonna die?
No, she says she thinks you're medically fine.
No, the captain. She comes in and sounds like, so are they gonna die or?
No, she says, what's the prognosis? Looks at the captain and she says, well, Captain, we may have a bit of mystery on our hands.
Bum bum bum. Just put some tape on my mouth, sit me down in the corner.
I do that. I put some tape on your
Okay.
Replicator, 1 tape, please. Hey everybody, this is Danny, and you have been listening to Mammary Alpha. Your hosts would like to thank Smelly Tooth for our theme song and Roll Music for various other musics on the podcast. You can find us online at mammaryalpha.com or on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Mammary Alpha. You can find our other projects and our Patreon at postrepost.com. And if you can't support us on Patreon, you can still financially support us by listening to our episodes with ads. Find that link and the RSS feed details at familyalpha.com.